Are you finding yourself in the mood for murder most foul? Well, we have you covered with our list of the best crime series on Netflix. From docuseries like The Keepers to updated classics like Sherlock, not to mention Netflix originals Mindhunter and Bloodline, as well as British series like Happy Valley, there should be something to tempt your head. This list will continue to grow, but for now, check out our list of some crime-specific recommendations below and let us know some of your other favorites in the comment section.
This is like a damn game, man.
What's that?
I don't know why they keep wanting me. They know I didn't do this.
Welcome to Cinematic. Here we have the best crime series on Netflix. Before I start with this masterpiece, I would like to request all of you to subscribe to my channel, share and like my video, and press the bell icon for the latest updates. The first one on this list is Collateral. In the era of #peak TV, it's impossible to watch everything, but it's a show that you can binge in a very limited amount of time and get maximum satisfaction in return.
Can't we just say it was a human being who was shot down on a British street?
It's immensely compelling, supremely satisfying, and it's only 4 hours. This is an incredibly easy recommend. Next, Mindhunter. Executive produced and essentially run by David Fincher, Mindhunter is one of the TV's best shows currently running, hands down. The series is based on true events and follows the early days of the FBI's criminal profiling unit in the late 1970s.
Manson is small, like really small. Try not to stare.
It's an addictive series that refuses to go down easy or well-known paths, instead finding brand new ways to chronicle stories that have been told countless times, and as a result offering wholly new insight into human behavior. Next, Bodyguard. The opening scene of the first episode of Bodyguard sinks its hook anew, and the show never really lets up throughout its 6-episode first season. Bud's personal life and background are slowly revealed throughout the show, forcing the audience to consistently question whether he's a true hero or a potential villain. If you love the first season of Homeland, this show is absolutely for you. Now next, Manhunt Unabomber. Discovery took a chance on a rare scripted series of their network, but it paid off. Placed in the 90s, it includes some well-placed cultural touchstones. Its retro setting is never satirical or over the top.
Why are these men in suits so desperate to prove that I'm crazy? I will tell you. It's because they know that I'm right. I'm awake.
The series is an earnest portrayal of a notorious case and the fascinating but deranged men at the center of it. Next, Happy Valley. Maybe no country does crime TV as well as the UK, and Happy Valley is another excellent 6-episode entry into its vast collection of dark and twisted tales.
How would you like to make £500,000?
You're talking about kidnapping.
Its fantastically engrossing second season is now available, and it is in no way a semaphore slump. Next, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story. Only few could have predicted not only how big of a deal The People vs. O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story would be, but also how genuinely great the show is.
There's a real earnest to understand what really happened and how this went down. If he did do it, how could you find him innocent?
Trust me, this is not the show you think, and as a 10-episode piece of storytelling, it's one of the best things that aired on the TV in the past decade. Now next, The Keepers. This docuseries format has become somewhat of vogue as of late, with HBO's The Jinx and Netflix Making a Murderer expanding the whodunit nature of an episode of Dateline into a 6, 7 or 8-hour comprehensive look at a cold case or some crime with a hook. Next, Broadchurch. Okay, so the American remake was weird and unnecessary, but if you haven't seen the British original version of Broadchurch, get on it.
What's going on? Someone said the police are at the beach.
While the first season is hard to top, the second and third seasons are compelling for very different reasons. Well, worth a watch if you're in the mood for a mystery with brains and heart to spare. Next, Bloodline. As far as crime dramas go, Bloodline rivals rectify for the most engrossing mystery and engaging exploration of a family relationships on TV, at least in its first season.
What happened? He knew everything.
Though the show could have and maybe should have ended after its first season, its continued exploration of the Rabin family is worthwhile, if just for that gorgeous scenery. Now next, Dexter. Okay, so maybe things turned disastrous in that final season, but for the most part, Dexter is really solid crime drama series. Dexter is an engrossing and darkly comedic crime drama, well worth your time. Next, Making a Murderer. With true crime documentaries like the Serial podcast and the HBO miniseries The Jinx capturing the attention of public in new and innovative ways that reach beyond the tabloids and the checkout aisle, Netflix got on board with this exploration of the various cases involving Stephen Avery.
I have one goal, and that's to overturn the conviction of Stephen Avery.
Making a Murderer compounded the rage feels by the hour. While Avery's case is anything but open and shut, just as this documentary is anything but objective, it's worth a watch if only to stay up to date and engaged with the current social consciousness. Next, Sherlock. While innumerable adaptations of Sherlock Holmes have surfaced over the decades, with most network procedurals themselves owing a great depth to Arthur Conan Doyle's source material, the BBC series Sherlock offers one of the more fun and entertaining Sherlock twists in recent memory.
Writing a blog about everything that happens to you will honestly help you.
Nothing happens to me.
Though the latter seasons waver in quality a bit, the first remains smart, thrilling, and wildly entertaining. This is a must-watch show. Next, The Innocent Man.
If I wrote The Innocent Man as a novel, folks probably wouldn't believe it.
The 6-episode Netflix true crime series The Innocent Man is an interesting outlier in the genre. Next, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American crime story. The way the first episode sets the scene is just wonderful. Spectacular filming, incredible accuracy, whether it be the resemblance of the actors to the real-life figures, the precision of the events, or just the general feeling around the series.
Your father got the job!
You didn't think I got it though, did you?
They captured the feeling just right. Next, How to Get Away with Murder. Shonda Rhimes pretty much owned network television for the last decade, and now she's jumped ship over to Netflix. Whether you're a fan of her shows or not, her ability to spin a popular yarn and sustain the said yarn for years on end is undeniable.
You should really pay attention. You might learn something.
There are enough twists in this first season to last an entire series, and they are so much fun. Each successive season has a season-long criminal mystery at its core, and it's your job to try and figure it out. And now, we have Jessica Jones. If you're looking for a crime show with a supernatural twist, check out Jessica Jones.
Gregory Salinger. He's smarter than both of us combined.
I don't know about that.
The first season of this hard-boiled detective story is still the best, with Jessica tracking down her previous tormentor. But each season is dripping with intrigue, drama, and mystery to spare. If you did like the video, do share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe us and stay tuned for more such upcoming videos.